While English Premier League clubs were spending their way through January 2023, committing to an outlay of over 800 million euros, in Italy it was a very different story. Combined, Serie A clubs spent just 33 million euros on new players in the winter transfer window, which amounts to just over half of what Bournemouth spent alone. And they are hardly a financial powerhouse. So what's the problem in Italy? Why can't anyone spend any money? The nightly transfer window shows through January were tough to watch, as Italy's specialist calciomercato reporters tried, with a straight face, to get viewers excited about Lo Spezia signing a Polish player, a player from Uzbekistan, and a player from Latvia. One could be the next Kavica Kvaratskhelia, after all. The January of the year previous was markedly different. The risk of missing out on the Champions League and competition from Premier League clubs persuaded Juventus to break the Serie A transfer record and sign Dusan Vlahovic from Fiorentina for 70 million euros. The move was consistent with the old lady's track record of making the biggest signing of the winter. It happened in 2020 with the scrutinised cross-transaction of Nicola Ravella, which the FIGC cited in its case to punish Juventus with a 15-point penalty in the Plusvalenza case. Go back to 2019 and Juventus once again made the single most expensive acquisition in Serie A, agreeing to hand over 44 million euros to Atalanta for Dejan Kulusevski on the back of 4 pulsating months on loan at Parma. Now, it serves as a reminder of how much Juventus drive the Serie A market. The investigations into the club's financial affairs, specifically the revenue generated from player trading between 2019 and 2021, have had a chilling effect. Juventus signed nobody this January. Men's team director Federico Cherubini was banned and the recruitment department reshuffled under Francesco Calvo, the new head of Juventus's area sport. The club denies all wrongdoing and will appeal to the Italian Olympic Committee's board of guarantors. Juventus's new chief executive, MAURIZIO SCANAVINO, has been warmed by the solidarity shown by other clubs and fan bases since the sentencing and spelled out the fear that it's caused. It creates concern because today it can happen to Juventus and tomorrow it can happen to any other team, he said. The concern helps in part to explain the air of caution around the Italian transfer window. The renewed scrutiny of cross-transactions, the sale and simultaneous purchase of a player's registration rights concluded with the same counterpart, has, in layman's terms, cautioned clubs against doing swaps. That's of course meant signing them for cash instead, and herein lies the problem. In Serie A, for the most part, there isn't any money. Inter Milan have a 275 million euro loan to repay by 2024, and the interest is 12%. They, like Roma, find themselves under a strict new financial fair play settlement agreement with UEFA. Elsewhere, desperate Sampdoria are in fiscal difficulty, while Verona, one of several clubs up for sale, continue to drift. The only team flashing the cash this month, and relatively at that too, was Spezia, on the back of selling Jakub Kiwior to Arsenal for 25 million euros. Now, Spezia are deserving of praise for a couple of reasons. First of all, 2 years on from gaining promotion to Serie A for the first time in the club's history, they could, come June, be the only team from the region of Liguria to still be in the top flight, as Sampdoria may join Genoa in Serie B. And second, Kiwior was a 2.2 million euro pickup from MSK Žilina, and the symbol of a buy low to sell high strategy. The hope is that other players will now look at Spezia and consider the club as a pathway to teams like Arsenal, who, unlike their peers in Serie A, have the kind of spending power to bid higher and put cash on the table. But that specific deal also illustrates how dependent teams in Italy continue to be on player trading in the absence of revenue growth in other areas. January 2023 was a window defined by players leaving or coming close to leaving. Take Weston McKennie to Leeds and Hamad Traore to Bournemouth, for example. And then there's the case of Milan Skriniar, who is in talks to join PSG this window after already agreeing to a free transfer to the Parc des Princes in the summer. A disaster for Inter, who a year on from losing Ivan Perisic for nothing, now stand to make the same from the club's best centre-back. So overall, it's a depressing picture. The action may be thrilling on the surface. Serie A will have a fourth different champion in 4 years if Napoli win the Scudetto, but pop the hood and look underneath, and the league would struggle to get an MOT. Talking to TV channel Rai 3, Gian Gaetano Bellavia, an economist and legal expert, said, "The world of football is extremely problematic. Every year it costs 3.5 billion euros, and in 2021, football clubs in Italy had debts of 4.5 billion. It's a bit of a reflection of Italy. Who pays these debts? Who pays them back? And this is why Serie A has to fight for its clubs to get new stadiums built. The league has to consider external help. After rejecting 1.6 billion euros in private equity money 2 years ago, amid concerns over how much power the clubs would have to give up, and the feeling that it was a better deal for CVC than for Serie A, the league is still in financial pain. In early February 2023, it was reported that JP Morgan, the Super League's banker, had written to the league to express interest in offering between 700 million euros and 1 billion euros in bank financing to support the development of Serie A's media business. US investors in Italian clubs have long considered the league's international rights to be undervalued. But more than money, Serie A needs expertise at league level on how to maximise its business potential and overcome the governance issues that continue to hold it back. Until then, it will struggle to invest in its teams and retain its best players. Nobody wants windows like the one of January 2023 to become the norm. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to some of the world's best sports journalists, including journalists dedicated to each Premier League team, so every fan gets the coverage they deserve, not just the big clubs. And you can try it for free now for 30 days. See the link in the description.